Okay, that's the biggest one. We'll take that.
Beginning route navigation.
The longest route you've driven on ATS? I don't know. I mean, I've done journeys on Sunday Night Trucking where it's taken the whole evening to do. I think they're probably, I don't know, a couple of 1,000 miles in one go. You should do the feeding the wheel technique for a journey. Oh, God. The only people who do that are driving instructors. And they teach that to everybody because that's what the manual says they should do. And then as soon as you can drive for real, you don't do it. It's kind of... It's just horrible.
Beginning route navigation.
Real drivers steer with their legs, blimey. 10 and 2. Do you know what? I can't stand people that drive like that. 10 and 2. It's so unstable. The problem with the 10 and 2 position is that all your weight is up here. And as soon as you turn the wheel slightly, the weight wants to go like that. So you end up with somebody that drives like this a lot. 9 and 3. Or 8 and 4. But not 10 and 2. Yeah, it's not going to be good for your shoulders or your neck muscles either. You drive 9 and 4, or like that. I can't deal with the asymmetry of that. I prefer a balanced wheel hold myself. Eight and 4 looks like an old granny. No. No, let me show you an old granny. That's an old granny. I think is that on green? No, wait, no, that's not on, that's on red. Oh, I'll stay. Oh, what do you want, Olive? Yeah? Yeah, we can go to Tesco if you want, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's on green now. I'll go now. That's how you drive like an old granny.
Turn left.
Punch it, Margaret. Yeah, leave your turn signal on and don't ever come out of second gear.
Turn left.
Trying to work out where the power band is for this engine. Where the RPM is the best pull.
Continue straight.
Feeding the wheel came from before cars had power steering and that's never been taught differently. Well, they say because it keeps two hands on the wheel at all times and you feed the wheel to get like maximum grip on the wheel constantly. They don't like it when you take hands off the wheel, even though you do it all the time to change gear. I think the power drops off after 2000 RPM. Do you prefer your M140 rear-wheel drive or the new M135 with front-wheel drive? Nobody has ever reviewed an M135i and said that it's better than in the old M140. Nobody. It doesn't matter that the M135's got front-wheel drive. It just doesn't matter. It has a 4-cylinder engine, transverse mounted. Like, the M140 has a 6-cylinder B58 engine. It's like one of the nicest engines ever. On a ZF gearbox, attached to rear wheel. The only thing wrong with the M140i out of the door is it doesn't have a limited slip diff. You stick a limited slip diff on it and it's just a hoot.
Use the right lane, then turn right.
No, it's not wrong. The M140i will kill the M135. It's not faster at all. I've seen drag races with the M140i down airstrips on YouTube. They've put it against so many cars and it beats them. It's unreal. Off the line, it can't get its traction because it's rear-wheel drive, but once it gets a grip, it just leaves everything. The 1 Series isn't for speed, the oversteer is the best feature and they killed it. Yeah, but like I say, without the limited slip diff, the oversteer is not controllable. Like, the back end goes out, and then it'll snap back. It needs a limited slip to make it so that it greases out and you can hold it. But if you're driving like that on the normal roads, then you've probably got bigger problems. When I get an M3 or an M5, if they make a touring version of it, yes. I don't like saloons. It's just a personal preference. I don't like saloon cars. If they made an M5 touring, like the best you can get is like the M40i touring. They don't do an M5 touring, annoyingly. People like Mercedes and Audi, they all make estate versions of the, like an Audi oh god, my brain's gone blank. What's the 6 Series Audi? RS6, thank you. The RS6, I would love an RS6, but there is no way on earth I am paying that kind of money for a car. The RS6 Avant is, for me, just amazing. Like, it looks amazing, it performs amazing, and it's an estate car. It's like, give me one of those, but there's no way I'm spending that money on a car. And like, Mercedes make an E63 touring, well, E63 estate version, whatever you want to call it, which is an absolute hoot, but again, it's too much money. The E53 is probably the better balance of the cars in terms of price performance. So an E53 estate would be a good car to get if you're looking for that kind of thing. The Polestar Volvo, I'm not a fan of the interior. Yeah, the sound of the Merc is nice. They are a bit back-end happy. An RS4 isn't... I've looked at an RS4 estate Audi, and I don't know. When this Corona's over, I might go and sit in one. But I've got a feeling it's not big enough for me. The current thing I've got my eye on at the moment is, when all of this Corona nonsense is out of the way, is an X3 M40i. So it's like the bigger version of what I have, but it has active suspension and four-wheel drive. More room. It's not an X3 competition, but the X3 competition is, from all the reviews I've read, too stiff, too hard of a ride. And the X3 M40 is just a much all-round nicer package and nowhere near as expensive. So I've got my eye on X3 M40 as a replacement possibly for the M140 when the time's right. But again, it would be a case of trying to find something with the right kit. Like, I'd want it with a panoramic sunroof, and not many pick that option. Yeah, I can believe it, Dutch Foxy. I've not seen anybody review it and say it's not great. Paulie sent a screenshot of a skin he made. For what, Rye? What did he make a skin for? Oh, the Mac? Okay. What's this skin? I thought Paulie had stopped making skins. The only thing you don't like is the BMW with the repair prices. They're even more expensive than Mercedes. I'll be honest with you. All the German manufacturers, the repair bills are not cheap. You made a cat skin. Nice. Did I buy new or used? It was used. It had done... How many miles did it when I bought it? Something like 2,000 miles or something? It was nearly new. But it was 10 grand off the list price. Even though it'd only done about 2,000 miles. It was crazy. Oh, it came from a BMW dealer. It was owned by BMW. Nah, Joe. Most cars these days, like, apart from the rudimentary stuff, you can't really do much to them. Well, I doubt it was a demo. I think it had just been held and driven by one of the managers or something. Well, what I couldn't believe is when I bought it, I started the car, and it said, next service in 18,000 miles or 2021. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, every 2 years the car gets serviced. Every 2 years. That's insane. Baz, your boss has an RS4 event. I've driven it. It's an insane car with plenty of space, even for tall people like us. That's what I was concerned about, Baz. Was headroom, because I'm 6'3", or 1.85 meters, I think. You can recommend it. Just drinks a lot of fuel. No, actually, Baz, no. The weird thing about my car is it doesn't drink a lot of fuel. The BMWs are unbelievably fuel efficient. Like, it's almost voodoo. I mean, if you go hooning it around, you're going to be in the mid 20 mile per gallon. Whatever that is in litres per whatever, I've no idea. But if you cruise on a motorway, Baz, you'll easily get 35 out of it. 35 miles per gallon. Which is, for a 3 litre engine, is just nuts. You're 198 and you fit fine, what, in an RS4 value? You've got an E46 M3. You sound like an old school guy. Bought your 530D with 327,000 kilometers on it. What? I would never buy a car with that much mileage. I don't think I'd buy anything with over 50 on it. I'm not thinking about hybrid, no. And I'm not thinking about electric yet either. I kind of feel like... I feel like my next car needs to be... It needs to be the swan song to the combustion engine. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I need to have a car that is the internal combustion engine, but it's like... How can I describe it? Because obviously, inevitably, we're all going to have to go electric, right? Inevitably. But I want to have just one last big throw of the dice before I inevitably go to electric. Something with something that in a few years' time you won't even be able to buy. That kind of car. BMW Alpinas are too expensive. They are amazing, but I'd want a better fuel economy. Okay, hold the phone. You know what I said about AI? Yeah, forget it. You don't think internal combustion engine will be gone in the next 90 years? I disagree with that, Raven. I completely... It's like people at the end of the 19th century were like, horses, they'll still be here in 100 years' time. Yeah, okay. The only horses you see now are people in fields jumping over fences. Lol, Dave. Why not buy a Volvo? It's the internal design of the Volvo just doesn't work for me. Like from an aesthetic point of view, when I have a car, it has to look right on the inside. I can't deal with a car that doesn't look right. And I just don't like the Volvo styling inside. Outside they look okay. Electric's going to have problems because of distances. Yeah, but you're not thinking ahead, mate. You're only thinking about current battery technology and current mileage. You're not thinking about where it might be in 20 years' time. A Porsche 911 GT3 RS. I've driven one and they are an amazing machine. But in all honesty, in terms of practicality, they're non-existent. You know, you can fit you and one person and not much else. Like if you want to go to the cinema with some people, or take some stuff up to somewhere, or take some camera equipment on a videography shoot, no chance. You can still get a car that is a wonderful drive, but at the same time can actually, you know, take you places, take people places, and move goods around. What, dear? There's no doggos going in my car. The dogs go in your car, not my car. Hey? What do you mean your new car? As if? Can I have a new Jeep? Please. You've had me in your car, says Dave. Dogs are probably cleaner. Wow, you said that, not me. What does the lovely Mrs. Squirrel drive? The lovely Mrs. Squirrel.
The most fabulous car in the world. None of this souped-up rubbish.
Oh my god.
She just wants a nice drive, easy to use equipment in it.
Yeah, exactly. A Yaris
Get in,
hybrid.
go.
A Yaris hybrid. That's what she drives. Pampisi, welcome back. It's a Toyota Yaris hybrid. The hatchback. Have you seen the new Yaris hybrid? Jeez, I'm glad she left the room before I said that. I would not have heard the end of it.
Use the right lane, then take the exit on the right.
Honestly, do you know what's annoying about the new
The exit on the right.
Yarises, the hybrids, is every year we say this to them, they take more stuff out and keep the price the same.
Take the right turn left.
You know what they did? It's like the car equivalent of what they've been doing for years with chocolate bars. They've been making them smaller, taking stuff out bit by bit, but keeping the price the same.
Right.
So you go back and something that used to, like 4 years ago, you'd have something that was standard equipment, it's now an option. And they just do it with everything. Like, we've been buying a Yaris from the Toyota dealer for the last 8 years. Every time we've taken it back at the end of the contract, we've got another one. And every time we go back, you're like, wait, what? The GPS is now optional equipment? Yeah, I'm afraid. Yeah, but it used to be on this and this model. Yeah, but it's optional now. And you just keep doing it. And it will become, yeah, oh, you want seats and a wheel? Yeah, okay, they're extra. I mean, they're a great car, but the one that we had about... And the other thing is, if the hybrid that we used to have paid 0 road tax, and the ones that we have now, it's about 90 quid a year. So because we upgraded our car, we had to start paying road tax, even though it was putting out exactly the same emissions. Guinea Pig, thank you for 3 months. Enjoying SnowRunner. Lol.
Continue straight.
Modern cars are boring, no soul. I'm not really sure what that means. Could you explain, Gideon, what you mean by no soul? Like, how does an older car have soul exactly? What's lacking in a modern car? Your tax is £500 per year. What do you drive, Bobs? They're not fun to drive, they don't have character. You don't get the same feeling of driving a modern car. Is that more of a mental thing for you, though, because you know that it's an old car? Like, or is the experience just noisy and more smelly, and therefore it's got more character to it? Is it like a nice, clean cheese versus a really smelly blue cheese? Is it like that? You have a Citroen C4 Cactus and you pay no road tax. And you have the name Dylan the Cactus. £600 a year, DJ Rich. Wow. Would you prefer an older car or a more modern car? Oh, I have always been a modern car person. Always. I always want the best technology. I think that's probably because at heart I'm a technologist. I've always wanted next gen stuff. I've never once looked at a vintage car and been like, I really want to drive that. £140 a year for your hybrid, blimey. Heresy. You love new cars, but you don't love the whole digital dashboard. I love the digital dashboard. What I don't like is, particularly with some of the Audis, you notice this. They have some cars where the screens are built into the display wonderfully. Like, I think it's the RS6 that has 3 screens built into the whole cockpit. But on some of the Audis in particular, they have screens that stick up, like somebody basically got an iPad and just glued it to the dashboard, and it looks terrible. It looks actually terrible. I don't like that. What's up? The A3, yeah, I think the A3 does that. They look absolutely rubbish. And the other thing I don't like is when they take away lots of really useful physical buttons and controls and dials and just give you a touchscreen that ends up getting covered in fingerprints and grease and gunk. And when you want to change the temperature, you've got to go through some touchscreen navigation system. Like, you're driving along and you're hitting a bump in the road and you're trying to like touch the white thing on the screen and you keep... It's like, just give me a button. What was wrong with this lovely dial and thing that I had? I hate that. My BMW has the wheel. what they call the iDrive wheel, which is great. But I think they've created a newer BMW which doesn't have the wheel, which is a mistake. Yeah, the Merc has the big long screen, which looks nice. But this kind of trend of trying to copy Tesla, you know, remove all the buttons and controls and just use a screen, that's a big mistake, in my opinion. If anything, the manufacturers should be not copying that, because they should realize there's a lot of people who don't want that. Oh, the functional gesture thing is just nuts. I don't like it. It's clean with no buttons. Yeah, it's a cleaner design, but it also looks like, if you've ever gone inside of a Tesla, you kind of look around and think, what am I spending all this money on? Because like, I've got a wheel and 2 pedals and a big screen. Like, what? It's gone the wrong way. The E39 BMW M5 is much nicer than the latest F90 M5. I'd have to see the two. What do you think on the Model X 4x4? I think they're a great car, but like I say, it's the lack of controls is what I don't like. When you press the pedal, you know what you spent your money on a Tesla. Well, here's the thing, Oceanic. In a straight line, Teslas will kill almost any car. But when it starts to go bumpy in corners, like a real road, they've not got the chassis for it. If you notice, these Tesla drivers, they always focus on 0 to 60 and 0 to 100 drag times, but what you never see them doing is taking it down a racetrack and sticking it up against a GT3 RS. You never see them do that. Because the handling is just not there. Daftman, I hope you and the family are well. We're doing okay, Daftman, thank you. Frask01, thank you very much for subbing. Egon, thank you. Welcome to the house, sir. Creeper Madman with 14. Hang on, Baz. Judge Foxy, have a good one, sir. Blimey, this thing just wouldn't move. Hang on, trailer brake. We've got a climb gear. There we go. Touchscreen of computers not for cars. They need to take computers out of cars. No, they don't. Why do they take computers out of cars? I don't get that. What do you think's managing your engine?
Alright.
Oh, the Porsche Taycan, honestly. The Porsche Taycan is a beast of a car. It's pretty much the best thing you can do electric right now. It's just unreal. Come on. Are we going green at some point? Blimey. Oh yeah, it's fantastically expensive, but it represents... Porsche took electric and just went, there you go, Tesla. That's how you do electric. There's nothing. You can't point anything at the Porsche Taycan and say, yeah, that's a bit lame. Like, everything about it. The look of it, the way it handles. Just everything about it is unbelievable. The range is a bit lame. Baz, by the way, did you see the new MAN 2020 truck models? I haven't seen the Baz. You saw one on a concept fire truck this week. Thing looks really mean. I really like the new front end. Wait, an MAN that looks mean? That'll be the day, Baz. The new Iveco, that looks weird. I've not seen that. I wonder if they would have been at Truckfest. I don't do Citroens personally, ED. Nice cup of tea. We're almost level 44. It looks like it has teeth. What, the MAN? The new Iveco that is a copy pasta Scania. Is it really? Which do you like better, American truck or your truck? Why does that question get asked? I've never understood why that question... Like, why are you asking me that question? Can I ask you that? Why do you ask me which I think is better, an American truck or a Euro truck? The Seat Leon Cooper RST. Looks like a fairly decent SUV. Bit sporty. Not my car, though. What's better, ham or cheese? Ham and cheese. Do you have your own crew on ATS or ETS multiplayer? Nope. That's one more annoying thing about modern cars. Everything has to be sporty. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're trying to respond to what people want. I'm not sure. You don't understand why they didn't make ATS an expansion of ETS2. I think it's something to do with the name of the game. Like, ETS2, European Truck Simulator. If you add North America to European Truck Simulator, questions would get asked, I would thought. So I think they made it American Truck Sim and kept it as a separate game. You could have just said you like them both. I asked you, why did you ask me the question?
Welcome back, Nata.
They could have called it World of Trucking. What called what World of Trucking? You mean renamed Eurotruck to World of Trucking and then put America in there? They could have done that. Probably better to move to a new game to do that, though. Handy Hammy, mate. How you doing? Wow, 34 months. Thank you very much, sir. Hope you're well. Tony, 199. Gifted us up to Blocky Games. Welcome back, Blocky. At least they could have made mods compatible with each game. Wyland they are. You change like one file in the manifest. If you want to mod a truck, Wyland, the trucks have to be in the game. The trucks that are in ATS are not in ETS. So it's literally a manifest change to say, it's this truck I'm referring to when I'm modding it. This is a new MAN TGX, Baz. Hang on. This I need to see. Wait, Baz?
Welcome to the nut house.
It's not massively different. I was expecting a lot more. Hang on, let's have a look at the Iveco. Yeah, the Iveco, that is a Scania ripoff. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is... We've taken a Scania and we've tilted the lights. There you go, we're done here. Wow. Have you seen that, guys? Let me post Baz's link. I think that was his link. MX451, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome. We'll take a 17-ton stumper. Exactly, it's called an S-Way. It's like, what are you doing? Iveco needs to get a design department because whoever they hired just ripped off a Scania and told them it was new. Importing a new truck mod should be in a different store, not replace default trucks. It is Whiteland. Whiteland it is. Hang on. I don't think I can show you. Look, if you go to truck dealer, you click here, access the mod dealer, Whiteland. And in here, it shows you your truck mods. Look, it doesn't replace the default truck unless they specify it. You buy it from the mod trucking workshop.
Beginning route navigation.
Where are we going? It's down the road, it's fine. How old is that? Either 134 or 135, I think. It's been there a good while. It's more than a couple of months old. It's about a year old.
Take the left turn ahead. Turn
I can't remember exactly when it came in. I'm trying to think what it was that brought it in.
Take the left turn ahead. Turn left.
The new Iveco will be easy for ETS to put in the game as they have the template from Scania, maybe. Probably.
Take the right turn ahead. Turn right. Use the right lane, then turn right.
You just checked the Porsche website, the only hybrid version of the Panamera and the Cayenne, not the one for the Macan.
Turn right.
Yeah, some of, like, the Cayenne is... and the Macan, they're both, like, capable cars when you get up to the higher spec models, but I just... the design of them, the front end of them is just not... I don't like it. They look a little bit bland for me. Particularly for a Porsche. If a can has a sky blue colour, you think it's gorgeous. It's like with BMW, I think you can get what they call BMW individual. So when you spec out a new car, you can give them, I don't know how much it is, like £5 or something ridiculous, and they will make the car the colour that you want. Like, you pick the colour you want. It's an expensive option, but blimey, you end up with a unique car. And I think it adds like a month to the production run. I don't know if Porsche do the same thing. Because quite often, a lot of cars, and BMW is guilty of this, they tend to choose bland colours by default. There aren't that many nice colours. Mr. Daftman, did you know that the blue X30 Deckers, which run through Chelmsford, have a Scania chassis? You work at the depot, so technically you have to drive Scanias every day, albeit only in the yard. I didn't know that.
Take the left turn ahead.
Thank you for the bit, Staffman.
Turn left.
Yeah, if you go and look at the Porsche, like, colours, they're a lot more interesting. Some of the colours that you can pick for those cars are really nice. Albeit there's a few expensive ones. Like that GT3 that I drove and the GT2 that was next to it, those two colours are like expensive colours. But that blue that the GT2 was in is just unbelievably good. Jaguar XJ. Not really looked at them, to be honest. Jags are not really on my radar, if I'm honest with you.
Arrive.
Lead shot, I don't know anymore.
Begin route navigation.
If I remember about the F-Pace, like, the fuel economy is not all that. Uncle Boris has said you can go and exercise for more than 1 hour now, so you can take Doyle out for 1 hour and 5 minutes. Has he actually done his announcement yet? On how the lockdown is going to be lifted and stuff?
Begin route navigation.
Okay, so what's the summary, guys? What's the summary of what he said? Little changes over a period of 3 months, blimey. Unlimited exercise and construction manufacturing workers are back. Okay. No actual freedom until after summer. Oh my god. Yeah, I was going to say, Dave, like, I've seen people working in construction. I was, like, only the other day, I think I drove past somewhere, construction was going on. No, I wasn't driving, I was walking. I was walking the dog, and I walked past the house, and there were people, constructors, though, outside making the house.
Oh, yeah.
Joseph, the mirrors are a bit weird, man. I'm not going to lie. Locked down for the rest of the year, blimey.
Take the left turn ahead.
Max Husky, what's your opinion on why vehicle companies produce rip-offs and other companies' designs?
Turn left.
What's my opinion on it? It's a legal thing, isn't it, really? If you spend a lot of time designing something and somebody rips it off, it's up to your legal department to take them to court over it. It's happened with all kinds of things. Not just cars. Happens with trainers, t-shirts, operating systems. There's rip-offs of everything. But then you got places like Turkey that doesn't have copyright law. So what are you supposed to do there? Wasn't it Audi or Kia who poached Audi's lead designer? I'm not sure. I don't know, Kirby. Tony, what's she in hospital for? A Seat Ibiza, Doran. I've never owned a Seat, but I know they have pretty good warranties. And by all accounts, they're quite a decent car for the money, but I've never owned one. Best thing I would say is just, you know, watch some reviews on YouTube and get some feedback online. Let me show you my screen. There you go, there's the screen. There's a 49-inch ultra widescreen here and a 27-inch curved widescreen above it. I had to put this information at the bottom of the screen without navigation. Himco, I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean the route advisor? Do you have a dash cam on your car? Oh yeah. Oh yes, I do. I put one on mine and Mrs. Squirrel's car. After an incident where I witnessed an accident in front of me. And I realised that I couldn't prove anything. It had nothing to do with me. Like, it was purely...
Continue straight.
I think I've told this story. There was two cars in front of me. Guy was indicating to go left into his drive, and a woman went down the inside, and he turned into her. And then she said that he wasn't indicating, but I witnessed it, right? Had I had a dash cam, I'd have just gone, there's the footage. And it made me think, you know, I really should just get a dash cam in case something happens, and it actually involves me, and I need to be able to say, this is what happened. So I got me and Mrs. Squirrel a dash cam. As I think most German cars, Matrix LED is an option. Like, the German car manufacturing in general makes things an option.
Use the left lane, then turn left.
Like, Porsche and Mercedes have got insane amount of options.
Turn left.
A broken left leg. Oh dear. Well, as far like a dash cam now is like 100 quid. You can get a good dash cam. Places like Halfords will fit it for 20 quid, or you can just plug it into the cigarette lighter or wire it in yourself. It's not terribly hard. That 100 quid, that could very well be the difference between an insurance claim going your way or going the other way. I mean, if it saved you no claims bonus, it probably paid for itself anyway, right? But it's like anything. You can get yourself a dash cam and nothing happens. And it was a waste of money. That's the nature of insurance. Joe Mill, thank you for 47. You had someone rear end you, got the plate but they denied it and had my claim refused. Now I have front and rear. Huh. I never bothered with the rear, but I can see why you'd want it. You can also get like a number of new cars now, you can spec out dash cams built into the car. Well, that's true, Baz. That is true. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there of people with crazy drivers. But I'll be honest, Baz, some of the videos you watch, they're just normal driving. And in the video, they're like total madmen. And all that'll happen is somebody gets cut up. You're like, this must happen 100 times a day. Shoot bandits probably will be mandatory soon anyway. Electric cars will have the built-in cameras anyway, I imagine. How much memory do you need to put on a dash cam? Generally speaking, you put a memory stick in and it'll basically write on the memory stick, and when it gets full it'll just start obliterating older files. And if you put something in there, say, I don't know, 32 gig, you probably get a couple of weeks or a month's worth of rollover, which is plenty. You don't need that much. /r dashcam on Reddit is amazing. Why? Has it just got crazy footage? Great people who are lucky as hell, things went right and chance of 0.001%. Wow.
Keep right.
You think lockdown's going to go until June the 1st? Nah. Most of summer. r/idiots in cars, really? Is that a thing? I need to check that out. Blimey, this is struggling. Maybe one day we'll have an outside simulator. Probably. When the surface is unlivable and we're all living underground, maybe that's when we'll have it. I would love to drive over this bridge in real life.
Keep left.
Yeah, but fallout happened because of a nuclear explosion, not because of just making the climate unlivable, right? You watch Aussie dashcams on YouTube and some of the videos are mind-boggling. The best ones, Taipan, are the Russian dashcams are just something else. some of the stuff I've seen on Russian dash cams on YouTube is just... it beggars belief. When people get out and fist fight each other. I've seen plenty of that. Plenty of motorcycle incidents that are just... oof. Trucks that have exploded, and I mean exploded on the highway. Vehicles that have just tipped over in icy conditions and just gone across the carriageway and wiped everything out. Like, anything and anything you can think of. And plenty of things you just wouldn't believe have happened. Not to mention all the, you know, the bus drivers that get people just pulling in front of them and then braking hard to get an insurance claim. Yeah, I'll bet, Black Mud. Well, Kirby, there's also there's dash cam footage of cyclists as well, where like a cyclist has been you know, he's had a head-mounted camera, and he's been cut up by some car, and you know, he's said a few things to the car driver, and then the car driver's come after him and tried to run him off the road, or stopped and got out and literally decked him, you know, and it's all caught on dash cam, and those people get prosecuted. But if he hadn't have had a dash cam, or sorry, a head cam, those people would have got away with it. But the road rage that you see on YouTube from these cameras is just shocking. Dat Horrified, Squirrel just hops in the stream. What are your thoughts on the Mac Anthem? What are my thoughts? It's not quite a Paris Hilton. It's not quite nice looking, but completely useless. It's a nice looking truck with very odd mirrors, an okay dashboard, but I'm not so great on the engine transmission. I don't think it holds that well. I'd probably give it a B+. A B+, not quite an A- personally. I still prefer my Kenny. Whoa, don't you go break it. Why are you slowing down? What's going on? Second to largest engine, Kirby, the 445 brake, I think it was. He must have had a different speed limit to me. David Williams from Britain's Got Talent threatened to sue Simon Cowell after backstage crash on a four-wheel bike. You mean a quad bike, the one that Ozzy Osbourne nearly killed himself on? The one that everybody knows are really unsafe and tip over when you turn them? Those bikes.
Keep left.
I'm surprised Simon Cowell didn't get him to sign a disclaimer. Uh-oh, where's this bus going? Look at the speed that bus came down there then. I didn't know about Rip Mail. How high do you think the insurance claims are on a Reliant Robin? The whole car is made out of fiberglass. I don't think the insurance claims are that high. Road Wolf, turn your caps lock off key. Sorry, press your caps lock key once. It's all good. Yes, I bought a battery pack. So I bought an Xbox controller, the Elite one. I bought the battery pack for it. And the Windows 10 wireless adapter. Well, technically I didn't buy any of it because it was a birthday present. But you put the battery pack in and then you just charge it via USB and it's good. Works really well. He'd be finished SnowRunner. Finish is a weird term, Emil. When the game tells you that you've unlocked 12 of 22 trucks, but you know you've done them all, it's hard to say. I think there's like 1 or 2 upgrades around the map to get, and then everything else is contests. But in terms of all the objective, all the tasks, all the vehicle unlocks, almost all the upgrades, yes. Will I be playing SnowRunner? Of course. But I need to get some mods now, I think. And I'm hoping the new map will come out fairly soon. Yeah, Jimmy, I've seen those Venom things. That's where you take it and you just put it on the stand and it charges, right? You heard that SnowRunner has a bug where you can't go past level 29. Well, I am level 29. I think Sommy might have hit 30, I don't know. The next map I don't believe is in Canada, is it? I think the next map is a Russian snowy one, and then after that the next phase is to go to Canada, I believe. Is the Elite controller better than the base Xbox gamepad? I don't know. You're better off asking a console player.
Keep left.
Single players don't hit the cap because there's nothing left to do. Oh, I see what you mean, Kirby. You mean it's not a bug? Yeah, I see what you're saying. You mean if there's no more missions to get XP from unless you join multiplayers? Got you.
Keep left.
Sage, I have no idea. No idea when Idaho will come out. You can farm XP and cash through multiplayer. Yep. But let's be honest, when you've got a few 100,000, do you really need any more money? There's nothing you can spend your money on anyway. The new section of Russia will be a snow map. You're talking about a new map. You mean a new region? Yeah, you mean a new region is Canada. Gotcha. Yeah, I think that would be a really good region. Canada's perfect for the game. Like, it's got the right blend of mud and snow. It's like Russia, really. It's just a great location. No, Kirby, I think there's a truck that requires level 26. I think that is the highest. I don't think I've seen a 29.
Right.
I'd have to fire up the game to check, I can't remember.
Right. Use the right lane, then use the left lane. Use the left lane, then turn left. Turn left.
Sure, there's a good few mods. The only problem is they often have a downloading, updating icon spinning and can't be used. Oh. Is that not a bug from Mod.io? Pizza Belt dealer.
Take the left turn ahead. Turn left.
Take it, we're going in this yard.
Arrive.
Callum, how you doing? Yeah, we've said that NSR. Sand would be a good choice, but I suspect that will be the next game. interesting drop. It's here for a service, yeah? Nope. Yeah, Elvin, that's what I thought. Because I think it was the Azov that was a level 26 unlock. Remember getting it. And I'm being slightly disappointed by the new Azov. That ain't right. This thing stalls so easily. Oh my god, it's like... It's got the flywheel of a car. It's certainly got the horn of a car. In the truck store, every vehicle is available for you to purchase, yes. Obviously, depending on which region you're in. The more I drive this engine, the less I like it. Oh, we got there in the end. Kid Chris, thank you for 32. Captain Flink, thanks for the glove. Go to the garage to switch engines. I'm not sure that's going to help. There's only one more powerful. Thank you, Curioso. Yeah, but Rome, isn't the M drive for automatics? It's not happy. It's not Mother's Day here like we've already had it this year, but happy Mother's Day to you. The Mac seems like it's not a real heavy hauler, more for goods box trailers. Maybe it works better with the automatic transmission. According to the Mac website, it's an automated manual. In the game, it doesn't really matter, does it? Nope. Apart from purists. Not a single job goes over here. Every one goes south or southeast. Let's go and do this. Huge construction. Let's go and do that. It's up in Seattle, but it only expires in 46 hours. Gertz, thank you.
Beginning route navigation.
And we'll get a free refuel.
Turn right.
No, it is free. They give you a free full tank of fuel. It's part of the contract.
Take the right turn ahead.
How do I like the sound so far?
Then
What, the
use
F mod?
right lane. Use the right lane. Then turn right.
Well, they've had it in X-Plane for a while, so it works pretty well. Okay, so Captain Flynn, we'll prove it then. We'll prove it. I'm pretty sure you get a free full tank of fuel. But we'll check the money before we go in. You can bypass the way station. I should think I can. I've got no trailer. Make sure you fire all the drivers. I'm not firing all the drivers. Ain't doing that, bro. Let's put it this way, Captain Flint. If the money goes down by, say, $1,500, we got charged for fuel.
Keep right.
Been loyal for 4 years. Exactly. All these drivers have been loyal for 4 years, and because we want to do an experiment, we'll fire a lot of them.
Keep right. Recalculating.
I don't know if we went down the right bit of road then.
Keep right.
Oh god, I think I did go down the wrong bit of road. It's sending me all around the place. As if the speed limit's 25.
Use the right lane. Then turn right. Turn right.
Well, at least I'm picking up a couple of discoverable points.
Use the right lane. Then turn right.
A driver agency and a Kenworth dealer.
Turn right.
Your home area, nice.
Use the right lane. Then turn right. Turn right. Continue straight.
Proper automated gearbox has a torque converter, automated manual has a clutch operated by a computer. I take it you were answering somebody else, Jens.
Keep right.
Port of
Right.
Seattle. Right, the money is 9123756.
Begin
It went up.
navigation.
Hang on, it went up or it went down. Let's have a look. 9123756 was it? 9123756. It went up. Oh, it's a red trailer with a blue truck, man. Come on. Well, Captain Flint, try it yourself. Fire all your drivers and take a heavy haul, and I bet you get a free tank of fuel. You can come back next Sunday and you can go, you know what, Squirrel? You was right. Don't forget to back up your profile first, though. Now that's why they fill you up so quick. I remember when special delivery stuff came out, special cargo came out, and they said that you get a full tank of fuel to begin with. Because it can't afford for you to have to go via a fuel station. Because if you disconnect your trailer and drive into a fuel station, you lose the job. It would assume failure. What's the weight of this loaf? About 2 kilograms. 55 tons. This engine. Well, rip.